Welcome back, dear children. As we saw in the last session, address. The first thing to write is your address of the writer. That is, if you are writing a letter to your friend, then you are the writer, right? We usually write the address on the left hand side of the page at the very top. Address should be accurate and complete. This is what we discussed lastly. Even when you are writing to your close friends or relatives, the address must be written because it will be easy for you to communicate and for them to reply it back easily. If the recipient of the letter is in another country, then please don't forget to write the country name, pin code and your full address. Okay, is it clear? Address is clear. Next is date. Just below the address, we write the date. This will allow the readers to have the reference as when you write the letter, when the address was written, when you write the letter, and then he will relate to the contents of the previous letter and it will be easy for us to talk. Okay, he can then relate better to the contents of the letter. See, for example, last month I wrote a letter to you. Okay, content of that letter is about my new friend. Okay, and this month that letter is over. And this month again I am writing. Why you didn't reply? I wrote to you the previous month. Now 1 month over. Still you didn't reply. I got a new friend again. Right? He was very close to me like you, etc. etc. All that contents can be written. So you can relate the previous letter and this letter if we have the date. Okay, it will be easy for us. Next is greeting. Now, since you know the person you are writing, you can greet them. The greeting can be informal also. Okay, if it is a close friend, then dear friend name. If it is a friend or someone else to your age, you can greet them by their friend name, nicknames, etc. etc. Like dear Alex here. If you are writing to your relative, mother, father, auntie, uncle, you can greet them such as dear mom, dear pap, dear aunt, uncle, all that. Okay, mama, anything. Example, dear mom. If you are writing to elder person, someone you respect greatly, and you can address them as Mr. or Mrs. also. See, suppose you want to congratulate me. Okay, you are writing a congratulatory letter to your teacher. For example, you are writing a letter to me. It can be addressed as dear Mrs. Shanti. Okay, dear Mrs. Alex, like that. And introduction paragraph. What will be there in introduction, dear? Can you guess? We begin the actual letter now only. The introductory paragraph sets the tone for the whole letter. What is the tone? I told you emotional, all that feelings can be expressed, right? That is what is the tone. In paragraph, in a poem, we can say that a tone can be comedy or tragedy. You remember that we studied in 5th standard, comedy, tragedy, tone. You might begin by asking the recipient about their well-being. How are you? I'm fine. Hope you are safe in your home. Okay, I'm also safe in school. So, same way, you might begin by asking the recipient about their well-being. Or you may say that hope the letter finds them in good health and great spirits. the opening of informal letters should be very casual. It has to comfort them. It has to make your friend or your relative to comfort. When your words, when they are seeing your words, they have to be impressed. They have to be admired to read that. It has to be very attractive. Okay, it has to be attractive in the sense they have to read it with interest and affection. That sort of wordings you have to select. Okay, it must not be formal as in business letter. Is it clear, ma? Now, body of the letter. What you are trying to say, that can be said in the body of the letter. The letter overall should maintain a friendly tone. That is the first point. You have to adjust the language and the wordings according to whom you are writing. Okay. With a friend, you can afford to be very casual and flippant even. Flippant in the sense tongue flips. Like you can write your own slang of talk, friendly slang. But if you are writing to an elder relative, suppose if I am writing to my close friend, I used to say Haida. If I am writing to my mom, do you think will I say Haida mom, Haida pop? Is it okay? No, isn't it? So when you are writing to an elder relative, you must be extremely respectful and you have to be considerate, because that shows your attitude to respect others. Is it clear? Again, one more time. It should maintain a friendly tone. Okay. It has to adjust the wordings, a language, in the sense for your close friend of the same age, you can maintain a different tone, different language, different slang, and for elders you have to write it with respect. Okay. Is it clear, ma? So one way to determine the tonality of your letter is to remember how to talk to a person in a conversation. This shows our status, our dignity. Okay. Language, the words we use shows who you are. Then apply the same syntax and sentiments to the letter. Right? So words has to be proper. The language we use has to be proper. Very respectful to elders, and it can be anything to your close friend. There too, we have to maintain our dignity. Okay. So conclusion. So in the conclusive paragraph, sum up the reason for writing the letter. Summarize the letter. Say a meaningful and affectionate goodbye. Goodbye to the reader. So, and do not forget to invite the reader to write back or reply your letter. It shows an intention to keep the conversation going. In the sense, you are writing a letter and they will reply you. Again, you will reply for that letter. Again, they will reply. It goes on and on and on. Right? That is what is a conversation. So, you have to give a very good conclusion. Right? Don't forget to invite the reader to write back or reply to your letter. That is what is very important here. Any doubts you have in this till this? Is it clear? Shall we move to the next step? Is signature. So after concluding, there is no way to sign off. Okay. So in the sense, since they do not follow any strict format or any strict rule, you may sign or you can write a letter or you can write any phrases, right? So commonly used phrase, lots of love, best, best wishes, kind regards, with love, kindly, yours affectionately, yours lovingly, whatever it is, your own words. These are all some formal words which are usually written. But you can write anyone. You can pick the one that best suits the occasion, and then simply you can sign your name below the greeting. So signature is very important. Then only they will identify really you are writing or somebody is writing with your name. There will be a confusion. Suppose for example 2 Shantis are there in our school. Okay, and I am writing a letter. Simply I am writing Shanti. So you will get confused. One of my friend, I am writing to my friend. My friend may get confused whether this is one Shanti which 2 Shantis are there, na? So first standard Shanti ma'am or the one who is taking English 6th standard Shanti ma'am, they'll get confused. So you have to sign there. Understood? Any doubts in this? Right. So this is the format of the letter which you are going to write in your composition. First is index. Open your index page. Serial number is 2. Write number 2. Date is today's date. Okay. And the heading is informal letter. What is the heading? Informal letter. Then go into the content inside. Write on the top informal letter. Write exercise number 2 and today's date. Okay. After that, next to that, you have to draw 2 lines. In between only you are going to write informal letter. So the next line you have to write the address. Start your letter. Shall we start? Akhil, 15, New NGpuram, Perambalur. This is a sample address. You can write your own address also, or you can copy this also. I don't mind. Okay. So which is your address really? That will be comfortable for you. Date is 10/7/2020 I have given. So what is the date that you are writing? You write that date. So my dear Raja, I am going to write to my friend Raja. Who is going to write? Akhil. Akhil is going to write to Raja. My dear Raja, how are you? Hope this letter finds you in the best of health and happiness. A new boy has joined in our class. His name is Rajesh. He is very smart. He is also very kind. Even though he is brilliant in studies, he is always willing to help everyone. He sits next to me. The first few days when he joined school, we all thought that he was very proud because he would not talk to anyone. But one day when we are unable to work out some mathematical problems, he explained them to us and helped us to do our homework. In this way, he saved us from getting undue scolding from our teacher. Right? So after that, we have become very friendly with him. We came to know that he is a very nice boy. Our first impression was wrong. I am sure if you meet him, you will also like him. How is everyone at home? Convey my love and regards to uncle and auntie. With love, Akhil. So this is the letter, and you have finished this letter with neat handwriting. If the page is completed, turn to the next page and write in the right side. Okay, dear? Is there any confusion? Right? Now it is time to say thank you. Thank you so much, dear children.